Hi everyone, my name is Denis Prue. Today's purpose of the demo is to show you how the service portal provisions Layer 2 and Layer 3 VPN. The service portal is a web-based application. It sits on top of the 5620 SAM. It uses the same interface, XML interface, as the ISV products, third party. Now today we're going to focus on the custom provisioning of the service portal. You can provision Layer 2 and Layer 3 VPN using the customer rules and architecture as specified by the customer. It has been coded into the service portal to simplify the provisioning. So if we look at this slide here, what it shows is that if the service portal is already built for the customer for provisioning and you want to extract from another network all the services from that network and bring them over to an Alcatel-Lucent network, the service portal can simplify that task. There's basically 3 steps in provisioning a VPN using the service portal. The first step is to load the VPN information into the portal database. Then the portal will provision the services on the live network and they will be in down state, and then you would activate the service to turn it into up state. So let's go to the demo. The purpose of this is to show you how it's working with the live network. So I will launch the service portal. Web application. It's secure. And the first thing that comes up is the user login and password. So you type in the user login and password. And what the service portal will do there is it will actually go to Radius or TagX and authenticate the user. Now as you can see, on the top right corner it shows you who is logged into the service portal. So I am the web admin. I can change my setting, I can change my password, and I can log out. The menus are simple. You import the VPNs you want to provision on the network. You provision them on the network and then they will be in down state, and you activate the services. I will show you each of these functions in the demo. The validate function is used mainly if you want to validate the whole service portal database with the network. The browse is always to see what's in the service portal, what's the states of the object as they get imported, provisioned, and activated. You can also export all the data from the service portal back to file. And of course there's the user management where you can control your users, add users, delete them from the service portal. So let's start with the import. So when I import, it's going to ask me, do you want to import Layer 2 VPN or a Layer 3 VPN? For this example here, we'll use the Layer 3, but they both work the same way. When I browse, it browses on my laptop. I can select an Excel spreadsheet with all the services defined. Now the file has been selected, I'm going to do an upload. What the service portal does on an upload, an import, it actually validates everything in the spreadsheet with the live network. So if a router did not exist or a port did not exist, you would have gotten an error. In this case here, we can see the routers exist and the port also exists in the network. Therefore, it's success. The next step after the import is you want to provision on the live network. When you click the provisioning, it's going to go to the service portal database and ask you if you want to provision Layer 2 or Layer 3. I'm going to say Layer 3, continue, and then I can actually filter on what's in the database to be provisioned in the portal. But in this case here, I don't have that much data, so it's going to show me only the one service that I just imported. As you can see here, I see my Layer 3 VPN, VPN 1. It's an imported status. I can select the SAPs on different PEs and add to the list. So as you can see, you can add one PE at a time or you can add multiple PEs all together. And then I go into provision. And now what it's doing is it's actually sending all the information to the 5620 SAM and provisioning the live network in my lab. It's actually done, successfully completed. Done. And now we can go and if we go into browse, we're going to go see the state of that service. In this case here, I only have that one service. It has been provisioned, but it is in down state. The status, you can see, state, provision. Now I can turn those ports up. To change the port into up, you go to the activate. Activate will say you want to activate which services. So you can activate on demand whatever services there are in the database. I do a search, it finds my VPN, and it says this VPN is provisioned but it has not been activated yet. I can select the SAPs and go add to list and activate. Basically, I'm done provisioning the layer 3 VPN. Once it is provisioned, I can actually run OAM tests on that VPN on the live network. When I run the OAM, it's actually going to do P to C pings and P to P pings. So the OAM diagnostics is pretty comprehensive. As you can see, we have all the data here, and it's going to test each segment of all the Ps. I will hit continue, and now it's running the OAM tests. It's asking the 5620 SAM to run all those OAM tests on the network and come back with the results. Now, as you can see from these results here, the OAM tests from P to P are working because the Ps are in my lab. I have not connected my Cs yet, so my C device, my customer device, has not been connected yet. Once they get connected, this OAM test will succeed, and you have all the information here from the test, from the layer 3 VPN. Now, one thing I wanted to show you is in browse mode. If we go back to the database, I'm not using the search function in this case because I don't have a lot of the data in my database. But as you can see now, I can reverse the whole process. I can deactivate to go back in provisioning state. I can delete to go back and import, and then I can delete it from the database. I just want to show you the history. The service portal handles all the security for who's doing all the provisioning on the live network. In security, it will actually tell me all the actions I have performed already on the portal. I did validate, import, provisioning, and activate. When was the action performed? And it also tells me all the objects that I've touched as far as listing, provisioning, delete, and so on. So the audit functions are all stored into file systems for a very, very tight, secure audit. Now I'm just going to do the backwards operation now, just so that you understand how it works. So let's go quickly. I'm going to go and deactivate the SAP. Right now the SAP has been deactivated. Done. We go back, and I'm going to deactivate the next one. Now the two Ps SAPs have been deactivated. What that means is it's no longer activated in the network and they're in down state, but they're still provisioned in the live network. Now I can do an unprovision. I'm going to delete it from the live network. It has now been deleted, one of them. I'll go delete the other one too, unprovision the first one. And now they only exist in the portal. They don't exist in the 5620 SAM and on the live network. So this information, they're now in imported state. And I can delete this P, and then I'm left with only one P. And I can delete the other one. And now basically when you delete the last SAP on the 1PE, the whole VPN has been deleted. This concludes the Service Portal Layer 2, Layer 3 VPN bulk provisioning demo. Thank you very much.